Hey there friends, I want to start out this video by talking to you about something that I have been mulling over and sitting on for a while, and the more personal growth I've had in my own life, the more I'm beginning to recognize it. I've been noticing that I have a pattern in life, and yes, I have been adding more patterns into my home decor, but that's not the kind of pattern I'm referring to. I am referring to habits and cycles that I find myself in. When I think back on hard seasons, on times when things feel heavy or I'm very stressed out or burnout, I notice that I tend to hang on to things and also make snap purchases where I feel like it's solving the problem in the moment, but never really thinking through what I'm going to do with that item after I use it within the moment. Within those cycles, I've noticed that I hang on to more things, more stuff, and ultimately more clutter. And I think when I'm hanging on to that clutter, when things feel out of control, somehow it feels like I have some sense of control when I'm hanging on to all the what if items. Like, what if I need that someday? What if I miss that someday? What if? I haven't always been good about making that connection of my emotional state and the way my house looks, but we have went through a big growing season this past year, and as I look around my house, it's showing. This past season has had some difficulties, yes, but it's also been a really big growth season for me as well. And so I just have lost a sense of what I even want to do with my space, except for I know that it has way too much clutter. Here's the thing though, and this is really important to me, and I wanted to be upfront with you all in the beginning of this video series. This is not my first time living with less. I have actually practiced minimalism before, and if you go back in my videos, you will see the cycles that I have gone through, and I'm just honestly craving that feeling of walking into a room and feeling like I can breathe. For me, I know the difference between a space that is full of things and a space that is full of life, and I want to get back to that so badly. I have drifted from that feeling, and I know that when life has gotten hard, I have just filled the gaps in with stuff. So in short, this is not a journey of someone who has never experienced minimalism or doesn't know what it feels like, but it's really about someone coming home to what they know is good for them, me, to what I know is good for me, and returning to those healthy practices within my home and lifestyle. And of course, if you've been around for a while, you know that I want to take you along with me for every single step of this journey back. I don't think I'm alone in this, and I think a lot of us accumulate whenever we're anxious. There's a feeling of safety in the stuff that we think will help us or somehow helps us feel prepared, whenever it's sort of a false narrative. But what I've learned, and sort of forgot for a while, all right, is that the clutter doesn't actually make me feel safe. In fact, the number one feeling that it gives me is that I'm somehow behind all the time. It makes me feel like I am never caught up, and I'm never quite taking care of my home and never quite keeping track of everything. And ultimately, that is not the life I really want to be living. I want peace and freedom in my day-to-day life instead of that weight to carry around. I've hinted here and there that I've also had some health struggles in the last couple of years. And one thing that I ultimately believe is that our environments definitely affect us and our health way more than we think it does. A word that has constantly been coming back to me is chaos. And whenever my home feels chaotic, I feel chaotic, and I am actively choosing to admit that and to step out of that. So that is what this series will be about. It's me on purpose choosing a different way, and I'm so excited to take you along with me. I want to say a big thank you to Lindsay Home for sponsoring today's video. I have used this brand for years. Their furniture is just top quality, and I feel like it ties in so well with everything I'm sharing with you all today because they are beautiful, timeless pieces that you can use in so many different spaces. The Lindsay Home Float Power Reclining Modular Couch is so easy to put together, and it's even more comfortable than you can imagine. It has a smooth power reclining function and multiple reclining angles for watching TV or lounging, or reading a good book, as you all know I like to do. And what's really nice when it comes to saving space is there is a zero wall recline design so that it doesn't have to have a lot of space behind the sofa to recline. The adjustable headrest is easy to adjust by hand. The fabric is soft, and I just love this color as well. It's so comfortable and so cozy. When this sofa arrived, we put it all together and just sat on the sofa and stopped for a minute. And I realized that this is just a connection, an extension of all of these feelings I've been having about my space. I want it to feel put together, but also simple and beautiful all at the same time. Me and my family just love it so much, and I think that you guys will too. All of the information is in the description box below. Check out Lindsay Home, and I know that they are such a great, solid resource for good quality pieces for your home. To recap on some of the areas that we will be touching in this series, my living space, the living room space as we call it here in America, is a very highly used, dare I say, sacred space whenever it comes to relaxing, regrouping as a family at the end of the day. And I have so many extra things that you can't totally see, and they are hidden in certain places. We will get to that in that video where we tackle the living room spaces. As you all know, I have done cooking content for years, and along with that cooking content has come a lot of extra kitchen-y gadgets, and I have so many extra things, and I know you probably recognize this if you're a regular viewer. I did do a declutter not that long ago in my kitchen, but the more that I've been reassessing how it felt when I had a very minimal kitchen. I mean, I've even lived in a tiny home at one point, and so knowing what I actually use on a day-to-day basis or even within a month's time, I know how much more paring down I can do, and I just know what it's gonna feel like and how it's gonna feel to cook in my kitchen once I have those basics back. This part is slightly embarrassing. I mean, it's really gotten out of hand, but our bathroom vanity area has been just wild. I think it's just because we've been in a busy season and I pick up products here and there or just try something. Plus, I do have some children that are getting to the age where they want their own products. It's just gotten very out of hand, and I know that most of the stuff that is in there we don't even use. I have a lot of mom touches I need to put into my kids' spaces, and I know that they've even asked for my help with this, and so this is so much more than just clutter. This one is really about their childhood and giving them the childhood that I know is beneficial to them. And when too much clutter is going on, it just suffocates creativity and it really closes that open-ended play that's so important as a kid. So I know that this is going to be something that ripple effects through our family as I attack these areas. Pretty sure it's gonna take me at least 2 videos to tackle the spaces that are behind closed doors and in our extra storage spaces. These spaces, I used to pride myself on not really having these spaces, but guys, in the last couple of years, I have gotten way out of hand with some of my storage spaces. So I know that you guys will appreciate that because I'm sure that you have some of the same things, whether it's your garage or it's your basement or your attic or storage room or storage closet. I'm here to walk with you through it. Okay, so if you've been around for a while, you know that I have definitely done capsule wardrobing. And I literally crave this. I feel like it comes around every year. We live in Pennsylvania, and so we have all 4 seasons, right? I feel like summertime is the time of year where I am like, why in the world did I get away from my capsule wardrobe? From the things that I love, I know how to care for a capsule wardrobe so much better. I can organize it, I can wash it easier, it creates less laundry, all of that. I am not gonna get too far into it, but we are going to dig into that together in its own video. Also, as you guys know, I started my own business this past year, and through the process of setting that up, there was a lot of things purchased for organizing my small shop. And in the process, there was many things purchased that just simply didn't work, and they're just sitting in storage and they're sitting in my shop, and they just need to be gone through so badly. So if you have any kind of small business, or maybe a craft room, or something where you store lots of things for, I'm looking for a specific word, lots of materials for whatever projects you work on, then you're probably gonna wanna tune in for that one. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. This filming my mess and showing you guys where I'm at was a bit uncomfortable, but I think that's the healing aspect in it all, because I know there's a better way and I don't have to walk in shame. I know that there is a way out of this cycle and the habits that I've just been living in the last little while. To be 100% honest, this room has a lot of peace in it, but there's some hidden clutter, and that hidden clutter kind of is in the back of my mind even whenever I'm in this room. So I know that I'm going to need to address that and just get rid of a lot of stuff, like all of the board games that I've thrifted. I've been quite a collector of those, and I know that we definitely do not play all of them. My kitchen truly is the example of accumulation of things that do not totally feel intentional. I think there's been a lot of what if things for me in this kitchen, and I know that I have done with less in the past, and I can do that again. For me, I kind of think of my bathrooms and laundry rooms together, which in this house, there is actually a bathroom right here, laundry here. And I know that for a fact, I've been reorganizing some of the same stuff, and I just simply need to declutter instead of finding one more way to organize our bathroom and laundry stuff. Whenever my children were much smaller, we really had a very simple dynamic for their toys and clothes and things like that. And we've gotten really far away from that. And a lot of the things that my children have, they didn't even ask for. They were gifts or things given to them. And I'm just seeing that they are having a hard time even managing it themselves. So if I want them to have a good routine, a good way to keep up with their room and those types of things, I need to help to give them the tools that they need to be able to accomplish that. Extra storage is truly the telltale of the last 2 years, because it's where I have put all kinds of things that I'm not sure what I want to do with. This door has a little bit of a struggle. And in here is one of the storage spaces that I know their stuff has just literally been sitting. It's things I haven't touched in over a year, or it's things that we never use and we bought in case of this or that. And those are the places that I tend to run away from. But I know that once they're cleaned up, I will feel so much better. All right, y'all, this is me being extremely real, extremely honest with you, because you know that we worked at organizing this closet and decluttering. We really did get rid of a nice amount of stuff not that long ago. And we do have a closet where we hang things as well. And look where we're at, guys. This is where we're at. So I know that for a fact I do not wear half the stuff that's in here, and I am so ready to just let it all go. All right, you guys, here is the real of where things are at in my craft room, in my small business room, and there's just so many things that were tried and then not used sitting in here. And so this feels like the biggest mountain probably for me at the moment, I would say, besides my extra storage areas to climb. But we're gonna do it, and I know it's gonna be so satisfying whenever it is done. My greatest hope is to wrap up this series with a final home tour that just reveals all the hard work I'm about to walk into and the payoff of it all. And I just want that feeling back of ease in management of my home. And it definitely hasn't felt that way, particularly in the last 2 years. And so I'm ready for that. And I'm ready to put the work in and pull up my bootstraps and get it done. If this is something you need right now, I want to invite you to subscribe, or maybe you just want something cozy to watch on your sofa in the evening. Definitely come along for the journey. I'm sure that you will get satisfaction out of my sorting and decluttering and bringing life back to spaces. I have been in hard seasons before, and I've come out of hard seasons before, and every single time I find my footing in simplicity. By choosing less and making my house work for me and not against me, because we already have enough things against us in life, right? We don't need our house to be against us too. I know what it feels like to be on the other side of this. I've lived there and I'm going back. And I'm glad that I'm not doing it alone. This is the season that I feel called to, not only for me, but also for my family. And I am just choosing to trust in that. If this helped you out in any way today, definitely give it a like. It will help to spread it to other people that maybe need to hear this too. I am really excited to start out this journey, and I'll see you all in the next one.